Guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but it's been a Shyamalan kind of summer. And this time we're getting M. Night Shyamalan's newest movie, and it's called Trap.
I'll just do this one last one. Enjoy the rest of the concert.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another iPopcorn for That review. I'm Chris.
I'm Nick.
And today we are talking about Trap, the newest M. Night Shyamalan movie. But yeah, tell us a little bit about what we're getting ourselves into with this movie.
A father and teen daughter attend a pop concert where they realize they're at the center of a dark and sinister event. Which I'm sure you know from the trailers is Josh Hartnett's a serial killer or something, and he's trapped at a concert with his daughter.
Yeah, this is a real bad case of like explaining the whole movie to you in the trailer. Like,
yeah,
that's what it is.
Yep. Well, I mean, that's part of it. Another big part of it is it's a music video for M. Night Shyamalan's daughter.
Yeah, this is M. Night Shyamalan's other daughter. Maybe he has other daughters too, but this is M. Night Shyamalan's other daughter who has a music career. And I didn't know that going into this movie. So I was watching the movie thinking like, well, this is better than most like fake movie music. Like they actually put some care into like making music that sounds like music and not like AI wrote it. But she is a singer in her own right, and he pretty much did say that he made this movie to give her like a concert movie.
She was ready. She's 20, 27, 28. She's make music a whole life. I knew, she was ready to do something really, special.
Yep.
So interesting. But Josh Hartnett is the star of the movie. I mean, she does have a big role in it, but Josh Hartnett is the star. And I'm curious, before we even get any further into it, what do you think about just isolate the Josh Hartnett performance? And what do you think about that part?
I thought he was having like a resurgence and stuff I'd seen him recently in, but this ain't it. I feel like he might have phoned it in a little bit, and some of the acting, it was a little like Skyrim NPC type shit. Like, oh, daddy's just being silly, honey. Woo! Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so at first I was like, I get it. Like, I get that he's like such a nice guy. He's trying to be such a good dad and everything, that it's like, that's the joke. Is like, we're supposed to be laughing at how over the top he is. But eventually it kind of does wear a little thin, and I'm like, is that his whole shtick? This whole movie is like, just be super over the top, like just the sweetest guy ever.
Yeah.
And then people treat him too like he's just like amazingly wonderful. So it sounds like you did not love this movie, right?
No.
I mean, where are you at on the movie as a whole?
I don't know. I mean, it did seem... they even have like a little nod at one point where M. Night Shyamalan makes a cameo and he's, saying how, oh, that's my niece, and she's actually really good. Okay, cool. Yeah, we get it. You made this movie for your daughter to show off her singing talents or whatever. And, it's not bad, I guess, if that's what you're into. Not really my cup of tea.
The music itself is not that bad, but it's just it is like you can tell he's just like, what if I just went ahead and made it look like she's already super famous?
Yeah. And
The premise that something very dark at a pop concert and kids are screaming their heads off while you're having this very dark moment, but the girl next to you is like, I can't believe it's my favorite song.
But I've got a lot of bones to pick with this movie, I would say, because the whole thing is this concert's a trap to catch the butcher, who is Josh Hartnett, and it's like it takes place in Philadelphia, so every cop in the city of Philadelphia is there. It seems like, plus FBI agents, and so what's going on in the rest of the city is what I'm wondering. But not only that, they make a huge deal. I guess maybe a little bit of spoilers, but they make a huge deal about how there's like, there's only 3,000 dudes at this concert of 30,000 people. And they're checking dudes. They're pulling him out of the crowd because they have a description of what he looks like or whatever. And they...
Kinda.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it was like black male, white male with a tattoo. It was weird how they did that. But he keeps getting into these scenarios where it's like, yeah, just come right on past the cops. Just come right on past the cops. It's fine. What?
Basically,
why?
introduce yourself to every police officer in Pennsylvania. Make sure they all see your face real good.
That was the most annoying part to me. It's like how they make a big deal. Like, we're checking every dude here, and then he goes up to get backstage, and there's like a whole slew of cops there, and M. Night Shyamalan's like, no, he's good. He's good. He's coming with me.
He's good. This guy's with us, yeah.
Yeah. We can't ask him one quick question?
I mean, I get that he's doing some things to try to outsmart the situation and everything, but it's just a little bit too effective. It's a little bit too. It all goes a little bit too smoothly.
Bro,
and like,
yes. So there's a scene in the previews you kind of see where he puts like some glass jars full of canola oil in a deep fryer, and they explode. And there's people everywhere around this place. Nobody saw him go back behind the counter,
Cameras.
grab bottles, and put them in there. I don't care about the cameras. I'm talking about the people. There was like a line of people. There's like 12 employees. Nobody saw this happen.
He has to have time to crank the heat way up on the oil too.
Yeah, I did. I just so many things
And then
about this movie.
And when he like shoves the girl down the stairs.
Nobody saw that. Yeah.
That's like another distraction. Nobody saw him do that. Nobody goes and looks at the cameras. But then the other thing is, and we both need to talk about this. But the other thing is, like the lead investigator of all this is this old lady, and it's a little bit confusing because this dude is also having flashbacks about his mother,
right,
who's also an old lady,
like some hallucinations.
So it made me think that it was tied together. It's not, but whatever.
Yeah.
The old lady that's what is she, a criminal profiler?
Yeah, she's a profiler.
Trying to figure out who this guy is. For one thing, how good is she at your job if we've got it narrowed down to either a black male in his 40s with a blah, 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 or a white male with white hair in his 60s, or a white male in his 40s with a rabbit tattoo, or just all these different things that have nothing in common with each other. So we basically just have to check every adult male in this whole place. You have done nothing to profile this person. You've come up with 12 profiles.
Yeah.
That's like the same. And so based on nothing at all, like based on no profile, you guys found a corner of a ticket to a concert and got a tip call. And then you guys decided to bring the entire police force of a major city and create a whole trap out of a concert that everybody, including the people performing at the concert, know about, and the staff and the guys selling T-shirts know about.
Yeah.
I don't think things work like that.
That's not the way the world works.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous concept. They would not use the manpower for that, like that much. They'd be like, oh, maybe we have a better lead of finding this guy now. And here's the thing: if they found it at one of his properties, like, maybe who owns the property? Because it made it seem like he owned the properties. Maybe they were just abandoned. I don't know.
Well, and also, if this guy's attacking and killing people, how would you know? You see a corner of a ticket, and you know that it must be. I mean, we can get into it, but it's not worth it really, probably, because it's just like there's so much like blind luck going on, so many, and also the movie kind of like
sucked.
I don't know about you, but it kind of kept ending over and over again,
like
other movies do.
That last 20 minutes was the longest 3 hours of my life. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, man, he just like, I mean, we're spoiling it, so like it's like he like gets caught and then escapes and gets caught and then gets out of the handcuffs and gets caught and then he gets tased and then he gets caught and then he's out of the handcuffs and safe and alive and dead and back.
Man, dude, I don't know. The ending of that movie was so terrible and took forever. I was like, just come on, like it's gonna end and like he's gonna get caught or something. I'm tired of watching this. And his wife finds like his go bag whenever he escapes and then comes back to the house and had some kind of fucking powder in it that I guess helps sedate people, and she gives him that, and then he's all loopy and walks out. Then he gets tased, and he's loopy, but he gets tased like 7 times, and he's able to be like, I'm fucking Thor, I can take the thunder. I don't know.
There's so many other things too. Like it feels like it's never this. It feels like M. Night Shyamalan's never been to a concert before or something. Because if you go to an expensive concert like that and you get floor seats, and it's the main show, like the main artist that you came there and paid all the big bucks to go see, not an opener or anything like that. You're not going to get up and like mid-concert go get a t-shirt and then go back to your seat and watch another song or two and then go get out again and go get a drink and mosey back to your seat. And people keep leaving over and over again. I don't feel like that's really like you're like leaving the whole show over and over again for long periods of time.
I get that too, because like the costume changes don't take that long in a major show like that. They're like on and off real quick usually, I would imagine. I can understand him leaving to go do that stuff because he doesn't really care about it that much.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay, Dad.
But how there's the hallways are packed with people while the person they came to see is performing is ludicrous.
There's also a thing where like somebody comes up, like a featured performer comes up out of the floor, is like raises out of the floor, and they make a big thing about that. Like that could be his escape out, and he's looking at it a bunch and stuff like that. But it ends up he loses his opportunity, and the thing closes back. And I'm thinking 2 things. Why did you show us that if you're not going to do it? You showed us that for a long time and you didn't do it. And second of all,
It's just a twist.
You're saying that this concert with 30,000 people or whatever, they left a big hole in the floor that somebody could fall through and die for that long?
Yeah, that
before
would
they
have been
closed it back.
That would have been open, close, like open
and closed.
Recede the stairs, closed immediately. It wouldn't have taken that long. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing watching the movie.
There's nothing realistic to grab onto, and a lot of the conversations don't feel very real or authentic. Like, it just feels like it's another case of his dialogue being really weirdly written. Yeah. And I like this guy's early we didn't talk about Shyamalan a lot. I think everybody knows his deal, but like, I do like his early stuff a lot. But something happened where it's like he forgot how to write dialogue, and the story writing is weird.
I don't even know, man. I think this is a whole case of nepotism. He was just making a movie to show off his daughter's talent. And he's like, oh, let me actually put a story behind this and put Josh Hartnett in it.
It was this idea of trying to combine the two art forms, the art form of music concert that my daughter is a part of in her life, and kind of fusing it with a movie. These songs have integrity, and they have an expression, and they have an artistic intent that this fictional artist, Lady Raven, has in this world. You believe it, and that's just going on in the background behind Josh.
And then she can be in it even longer because she doesn't have the
I really wanted
to fill up. I don't know.
I really wanted to at least like Josh Hartnett in this, and he didn't really save it for me. It's not the worst movie of the year, by the way. It's just you come into a movie like this with better expectations, and it's just not.
I mean, I had low expectations going in, but I was like, maybe he'll have turned it around, because like, what was it? Knock on the Cabin wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. It was
not that bad.
It was definitely better than this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this.
I mean, I could see people finding this watchable, but I think that's.
I can't imagine. Like, people were laughing more than they were like, "Oh God!" Like this was more of a comedy. It seemed like.
And it felt like a comedy. I mean, the post-credit scene was comedic. I feel like I feel like it was supposed to be kind of a comedy. Oh, the post-credit scene is like the T-shirt selling guy, like finding out on the news that was the guy he helped.
Okay.
It's played for laughs, so I guess the movie it's supposed to be a comedy. I guess.
Right. Okay.
I don't know. It's like the tamest. If you thought this was horror or a thriller or anything like that, it's pretty darn tame. It's PG-13. You don't see anybody kill anybody, really. You don't see anything gruesome from him.
Yeah, it shows like it is PG. You just said it's PG-13, right? Yeah, I think the most gruesome thing you see is the girl who got burned. But even then, it's like it doesn't even look bad or anything. I mean, obviously it looks bad, but it's not like crazy.
Not that you have to have that, but it's a movie about a serial killer, and it's just like we see people with bags over them, and like there's a guy that might get carbon monoxide poisoning soon. Maybe if I push a button, we'd assume that would happen. Kind of. Like, I don't know. It just feels very tame.
Yeah, I think we probably ragged on this movie enough.
Yeah, what's your score?
I'm gonna give it like a 2. I don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a little high. I've seen so many worse movies that I'm gonna give it a 3 because it's more watchable than some other stuff I've seen this year, but it's not much praise. It's a 3 out of 10. It ain't great.
Just go give your money to Deadpool and Wolverine for a second time.
Yeah, Deadpool, or see Oddity if it's still in theaters near you. Oddity. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed watching this video more than we enjoyed watching the movie, and inform your own opinion. And put it in the comments down below. You're welcome to disagree with us. We will talk right back at you. But yeah, we'll catch you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.
See ya.